Hey family, hello. Welcome back. As you see, I'm doing a missing person reading. Before I get started, I want to give a shout out to Arctic Fox True Crime. I love him. I love him. He's very passionate when it comes to the missing. He's constantly, uploading, pictures, flyers of people who have gone missing, as well as doing videos on the missing. So that's how I found out about the person I'm going to do a reading on. It's missing 22-year-old Haleigh Murphy. She went missing. Well, let me see. She's from Austin, Texas, I believe. There are only two pictures of Haleigh, and I will eventually show the two pictures. This is one of them right here, and she is a veteran. And her mom has stated that Haleigh and her are known to have ongoing communication. She very seldomly, not hear from Haleigh, due to the communi- due to the ongoing communication that she has with her mother. And she does have a boyfriend. This is what I'm hearing. And I believe that she was last seen and heard from, I believe, on the 16th of June of this year. And she was traveling with her boyfriend. Let me see something, family. Hold on 1 minute. Oh boy. And her mom did go to the authorities, and for whatever reason, the authorities are not seeing Haleigh case as a missing person case for whatever reason. Okay, they look at it from the perspective of, according to the mom, that Haleigh is, grown woman because she was 22 years old, and she could have left on her own accord, and I guess they just don't see it more as, you know, something happened to her because if, from the perspective of she left on her own, it's not like she was abducted, so that's how they're looking at it. So they don't really see her as in danger or anything. Haleigh is a mom of her own. She is a mom. This is what I'm hearing. And once again, they say she was traveling with her boyfriend. According to her mom, the communication had stopped. And so I'm just reading my little notes, okay? Yes, I don't have much of a notes, but I'm just reading my little notes. And let me see here real quick, family. I want to read this also, okay? Then I'm going to get started with the reading. Let's see. Family of missing Army veteran searching for answers. Austin, Texas. Haleigh Murphy is a 22-year-old Army veteran who traveled to Austin from Temple on June 16th, according to her mother, Becky Mitchell, and much love to her mother. According to her mother, Becky Mitchell Murphy went out with her boyfriend that night but never came home. That's interesting. I wonder how the authorities questioned her boyfriend. Quite a few of her friends have come out and told us the last place that they saw her or had seen her on Friday night, which was Eddie's EDDYS taverns in Round Rock around 11:30 p.m. midnight ish, and Becky Mitchell, mother of Haleigh Murphy, I'm sorry, said Becky Mitchell, mother of Haleigh Murphy. I apologize. Murphy is a mother of a 2-year-old son. When no one had heard her in the last 3 days, it raised concerns. It's not normal for her not to be in any type of contact or to allow her phone to be dead, said Mitchell. Hmm. Mitchell is a law enforcement officer in the state of Texas. She contacted the missing person union on June the 20th to make a report. Okay, I'm not going, hold on, let me see something. I'm going to read this little part right here, okay, family? When Fox 7 Austin reached out to the Austin Police Department to see if there was an active missing person report, a APD say there is a active request to locate. So they're looking at her missing case as an active request to locate. It's like they're dragging their feet. That's how her mama feels, like they're dragging their feet. Like I just asked for a wellness check and not, hey, she's missing, she's gone, said Mitchell. Mitchell believes her daughter may be in danger and wants her to come back home safely. I want them to aggressively follow the lead that people are flooding in with information, said Mitchell, and a message Mitchell wants to send to her daughter. You know, make contact somehow, do something because if I'm looking, I'm going to find her, said Mitchell. And that's Haleigh Murphy's mother, okay, family. So anyway, I'm through with that. I just wanted to I was gonna share a video, but I'm not going through all that today, okay? I'm not doing all of that. So let me see, let me pull up this picture again. Hold on. And then we'll go ahead and get started. So this is her picture, right? This is another picture of her as well. And this one right here. All right, family. Now, with that being said, whatever you see here in this reading concerning 22-year-old Haleigh Murphy, it is not facts, it is allegedly, and this is for entertainment purpose only. I have to say that because we know it's not facts, okay? But I am led by the spirit. Once again, her mom did not ask me to do this reading. I'm doing this reading as a labor of love, trying to, be of assistance, to help any way I can. When I'm doing readings, when I decide to do readings on my channel, this is a labor of love, and I'm not being paid for it, okay? And so, other than the little, whatever YouTube give you, but it's not much. But I just want her family to know that people do care out here, and I just want to see what I'm able to pick up concerning her daughter's missing case. And I'm not here to accuse anybody of anything. Let me just say that. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty by law. Now, that being said, when I was meditating on Haleigh, this is what came out so far. This is what came out so far. Okay, I have here first. In the near, now none of this is in divine order. They're just random messages, okay? In the near future, the need to forgive and compromise for this relationship to move forward positively and successfully. So I can't help what comes out, okay? But the fact that she's missing, it has a lot to do with her relationship. I mean, it doesn't have to be a love interest. It can just be her relationship with anyone that she consider a friend or somebody she's close to. But this lets me know either trouble in paradise or trouble with friendship. I think about growing apart. I think about betrayal. I think about conflict. Definitely betrayal. Definitely betrayal. I'm going to read it again. In the near future, the need to forgive and compromise for this relationship to move forward positive and successfully. And what I'm doing, I'm using my homemade deck. I like to put my own energy, my own word. It's called Spiritual Background Check. And I definitely like to use this deck when I'm doing readings, trying to help people when they're meeting somebody new to get an idea what you're looking at, shall I say. But anyway, this is what came out. Let's continue. I have here attention. Don't ignore the red flags in denial. Now, I don't know Haleigh like that, you know. I don't even know if Haleigh is a private individual, and that's someone that, you know, only tell you what they want you to know, and they only give out the very minimum. You know, they don't put their business on Fifth Street. So that being said, I don't know if her mom and Haleigh had that kind of, you know, relationship, shall I say. But this lets me know about Haleigh. You know, spirit let me know that she was in denial. Excuse me, that she was in denial about something or someone, and also ignoring the red flags. It says, attention, don't ignore the red flags in denial. It means something. Please know that. In fact, I'm seeing red flags. That's never a good thing. Let's continue. They're not over their ex. Give them space and time to heal or simply back off. Their heart is not 100 with you. So, what comes to me is, like, for instance, you know, you have this person that you're still into, right? But they are not. They're with you, but they're not with you. They are with you, but they're not with you. It's like you're not getting all of them because their heart is really somewhere else. Okay, they might be with you physically, but it's still somebody else that's tugging on their heartstrings as well. Now, I don't know if this is Haleigh energy or this could be her significant other energy, but this is playing a part also. It says they're not over their ex. Give them space and time to heal or simply back off. Their heart is not 100% with you. And I have, when they show you who they are, believe them. Stop making excuses due to fault or offensive. I'm sorry, offenses. And that can be like a toxic relationship, you know, or it can be, you know, I think also comes to mind. I think about abuse, you know, sometimes some form of abuse that could have been going on as well, and she could have been not speaking up on it, making us, you know, making excuses, like the message is saying, making excuses. Okay, hold on 1 minute. But this means something. I'm gonna read it again. When they show you who they are, believe them. Stop making excuses due to their faults or offenses. Okay. So far, this is what came out when I was using this deck. Over here, when I was using the In the Shadow deck, this what came out. Now, more could have came out. I just want to get an idea what I was looking at, okay? It has here, I couldn't tell you face to face. So this lets me know that somebody was in the dark and somebody was holding on to some information that was kept hidden from the other. But it looked like whatever that was hidden came to the light. Let me just say that. I have here, I know we have a soul connection. So for me to see this period is this lets me know that she's speaking about somebody that she knows, okay? It could be a friend or a lover, whatever. Next, I hope you're happy for me. I'm not sure what this means. And I have, what did you want from me? Now I'm going to reshuffle. I'm going to reshuffle with this deck here. I'm going to reshuffle with this deck right here. Okay. And then I'm going to start on a new deck. And also pay attention to repeated messages. It's very important throughout the whole reading. Okay. Repeated messages and repeated words. And families to show love and support to, Haleigh Murphy, missing case. I appreciate it if you give this a like. Okay, it's not for me. It's to help to bring awareness to her case. I don't know if her mom have a Facebook group for her. If she does, I appreciate if you share the content. Also, definitely try to get this out to her mom because it's nothing like not knowing. Okay, I don't know everything, but I do knows what I know. And there is some truth in my reading. Please know that. I always say, let things play out. But we're going to hope for the best and pray that she just somewhere. She just don't want to be bothered. She got a lot on her mind. And, let's just look at it from that perspective. I'm pretty much going to let the spirit do the talking, all right? Okay, let's continue. I'm going to put this back in the deck. Oh, Holy Spirit leads me to all truth and clarity about the disappearance of Haleigh Murphy. Anything Spirit wants to know concerning her disappearance. Oh my gosh, hold on, family. It just slid out too fast. Okay. It has here a dark individual. Now, the spirit's not talking about Haleigh, okay? It's somebody that she's around. The spirit is saying this is a dark individual. A dark individual, energy vampire, toxic, demanding, spitefulness, sadism, psychopath, revengeful, and bitter. So she's around somebody that's like this, okay? And please know, when I use my other deck, you better believe the word dark is going to come right back out. And when they do come back out, I dropped that card. When they do come back out, this is what it's talking about, okay? A dark individual. Attention, high risk of violence or death. Don't ignore the red flags or in denial. Now that's interesting. Look what came back out. The word red flags, the word in denial. Now I'm wondering, was this person very abusive anyway in the relationship due to emotional or physical? I'm going to read that again. Attention, high risk of violence or death. Don't ignore the red flags or in denial. Don't rush into this. You two may not be compatible. Okay, even though she may feel like it or he may feel like it, according to the spirit, Haleigh and her significant other or whoever, well, they are saying that she left with her boyfriend, okay? But anyway, from what I'm seeing here, Haleigh and her significant other are not compatible. And for me to see the word compatible, they're not equally yoked either, okay? I feel like he was pretty much a twin flame. And being with a twin flame is not really a bad thing. If you two, come together, um, whole, but it's going to take for you two to go through some things to come out on the other end of when it comes to your shadow selves. Okay, your twin flame really, is the person that um, teaching you something and you teaching them something. It's really about karmic, relationship. To tell you the truth, but anyway, um, according to the spirit, these two are not compatible at all. Not in the ways that matters, okay? Because you can have a twin flame if you both are not on one accord. All you're doing is just be hurting each other. You just be hurting each other. But the passion may be there, but you just be hurting each other. Uh, Anything else you wants me to know about Haleigh relationship? Look what came back out. Look what came back out. They're not over their ex. Give them space and time to heal, or simply back off. Their heart is not 100% with you. Either Haleigh heart was not 100% with him, her ex or her boyfriend, or he or his heart was not 100% with her. Okay, it's one or the other. It came right back out. This is very significant right here. All right, give me a minute, family. Let me get these cards together. That's what I get for eliminating them. Okay, they're slippery, slippery. Okay. All right, let's start on the next deck. So I'm saying this in advance, family. If any of you need one of these readings, go check out my About Me section. Scroll down, you see all the readings that I offer and their prices, or go to my community section and scroll down, okay? Because it's so good for such a time as this to find out what you are dealing with and what you are working with. Our people, I tell you, they got something for you now. You really just don't know who and what you are dealing with these days. All right, let me use this one more time. Seeking clarity about Haleigh Murphy, circumstances before she disappeared. What was her thought process before she disappeared? What was Haleigh's thought process before she disappeared? What was those shadow energy that was going on? This right here just says, I fantasize about you. And see, what I haven't figured out is yet if she has a boyfriend, you know, was it Haleigh that wasn't over her ex? Or was it her ex? I mean, was it her boyfriend that wasn't over his ex? I'm trying to narrow it down. I want to tell you so much. And I scared myself that day. Seeing clarity about the shadow energy that was going on with Haleigh on the day she disappeared on the 16th. Seeing clarity about the shadow energy that was going on with Haleigh before she disappeared. I have here your body language say so much. I don't need your approval. You are not part of my plan. And then remember, we also saw the other message. I hope you're happy for me. So it just depends on what that means, you know. But this right here say you're not part of my plan. This can be her talking or whomever that was with her um, on the day that she went missing. Anything else you want me to know about Haleigh? What's her thought process before she disappeared? What's Haleigh thought process was before she disappeared? Alrighty. I see about some of these messages came right back out. Let's see what they have to say. Okay, family, let me turn this around. I have here, I pretend you don't mean that much. So she's talking to somebody, right? I can still see you standing there. I think about somebody reflecting on the last time they saw somebody or the last, you know, reflection or reflecting on something or someone. I'm gonna say about someone, okay? I can still see you standing there. It's like she's reflecting. I think about somebody's like walking away or something. I hope you're happy. At the head, we are not right for each other. I lied to you. In a secret place, I never want to feel that way again. And I know more than you think. Okay. It's like if somebody thought that somebody was in the dark, it's like she's saying, okay, I know more than what you think. Either she's saying this or they're saying this, okay, about the other. All right. Now I'm getting ready to use the Divine Shadow Self Oracle. Remember what came out. It give you a better idea of what this is talking about, okay? This is the Divine Shadow Self Oracle. Give me an idea of those shadow energies that were going on with Haleigh or anybody that was around her. I would get their energies also because it would give an idea of far what could have been affecting her in a negative way. Okay. As well, I would pick up on their negative thoughts and actions. Seeking clarity on disappearance of Haleigh Murphy. We lead up to a disappearance and clarity. I have here absent minded. It just lets me know on that day she wasn't all that focused. All right. I have here absent-minded. Then I have here accusations. So there was some accusations. We all know when it comes to accusation, somebody's been accused of wrongdoing. And a lot of time it's cheating, okay? For the most part. So it could have been some accusation due to cheating. So I have here accusations. Next I have shame. Somebody feeling ashamed. At the head I have regret. Over here I have sabotage. You can say that Haleigh could have been sabotage, or you can say, hold on, let me close this right here. It's too much light coming in. Hold on, family. All righty. You could say allegedly Haleigh could have been sabotage, or you know, sabotage is playing a role, and I think about self-sabotage due to one's negative thinking and their negative actions. Okay. As far as how she could have been moving out here in a way that wasn't for her highest good, if you know what I mean, okay? Self sabotage, period. I think about things or people that you need to release that no longer serve you, but you keep holding on to it or them, okay? which can cause you, you know, which can really hurt you. That's what I'm trying to make. Over here in the secret place, I have temptation. So somebody definitely was tempted in the secret place. And I have here ignorance is playing the part. And ignorance and sabotage both go hand in hand. So we could be looking at self-sabotage. Maybe this person was somebody that she should have left alone a long time ago instead of holding on to him, if you know what I mean, okay? Because I'm getting dark when it comes to this individual and not in a good way. Now pay attention to certain keywords that's coming right back out. I can't make it up. Okay. Next we have the word denial. It came this third time the word denial came out. Here it is, denial. So we already have an idea who is in denial, okay? Next I have anxiety. Next withdrawing. And behind that, feeling ashamed. Right here is somebody backing off, becoming distant. At the head, I have blindsided. We already saw the word sabotage. So for whatever reason, it looked like she was blindsided. She didn't see this coming at all. Okay. It doesn't mean anything happened to her. I can get this when I think about the word betrayal, being blindsided, especially if you were in the dark about something, somebody's cheating, I would think about blindsided from that perspective also. But anyway, behind blindsided, I have regrets. Next, I have empty, feeling hopeless, could possibly could have been depressed. Behind that, I have sabotage. Next, I have numbness. And behind numbness, I have temptation. Now, that word numbness, I think about self medicating, drugs or alcohol. And I can get also, I think about addictions when it comes to sex addictions as well. But anyway, numbness is playing the part. Somebody just don't want to feel nor think about their problems. And in the center, I have abandonment issues. If this is not Haleigh's energy, it's the person that was with her. A person like this, they can be quite controlling and domineering. And behind that, I have ignorance. Let's continue. Next, I have defiance. Somebody coming off very defiant. And behind that, I have denial. Next, I have deception. And for me to be seated, somebody that has been very secretive, but and also somebody that's full of deception as well. Behind deception, I have anxiety. Next, I have depression. I told you. And I feel like this is Haleigh energy. She was experiencing depression. Let me just say that. Behind that, withdrawing. At the head, I have what? Good old dark. And we know who this is. This is not Haleigh energy at all. This is somebody she'd like to get close to her that she knows. They are saying that she was traveling with her boyfriend. I'm not saying this is his energy, but it's somebody energy that she knows. This individual is very dark. Now, also dark can let me know about somebody in the dark. Things are being kept from them. Okay, secrets. Okay, and behind this I have blindsided. Somebody's caught off guard. Next, gossip. The streets are talking. Somebody knows something. A little birdie may have gotten in Haleigh ears or her significant other. Gossip. I'm sure her so-called friends is doing a lot of this too. They know what they know. They may not know where she is, but they know what they know. Next, I have grudge. Somebody carrying a grudge. And we did see when I showed you that message dark, we did see something about somebody can be very what was that message? They can be very bitter. Yeah. But anyway, also somebody carrying a grudge. Behind it, I have numbness and ego bound. Let's go around one more time. Next, I have destruction. I think about sudden destruction. It's like all hell broke loose. And behind that, I have defiance. Next, I have lustful. And I remember that word addictions. Okay. So when I get this right here, I think about someone has more than one sexual partner. And behind this, I have deception. Next, I have manipulation. And behind this, I have depression. Somebody is mind effing somebody. At the head, I have domineering. So, but in behind domineering, I have dark. But anyway, somebody is very domineering and control freak. Their way or the highway. Next, I have humiliation. And behind this, I have gossip. And I have bias. Going along with the get along. And I have rebellious. So it looks like um I don't know why. I feel like the rebellious could be Haleigh energy. So she could be very free spirit. But a lot of times a person like that don't want to be told what to do and they don't want to be controlled either. Just saying. Anything else you want us to know about those shower energy that was going on with Haleigh before she disappeared? Any other shadow energy? Okay, I let them come on out. All right. I feel like something else wanted to come out too. Let me see. Yep, wanted to come out. Okay. A lot of times I'm shuffling, the cards will flip over like this. And what flipped over was the word dark. It came right back out dark. Either she dealt with a dark individual, and not only was she dealing with a dark individual, somebody there was some deception and secrets going on. Also, somebody was in the dark about something. Also, I got domineering, came right back out, control freak, cold. We could be dealing with a cold individual, or the word cold can be a clue. Aloof, someone that's come out very distant, okay, or unresponsive. About very distant or unresponsive. Accusations. See, somebody accused of wrongdoing. This is the culprit right here. That could have been a catalyst of an argument or conflict. Anxiety. See how these key words are coming right back out. Anxiety. Fearful. And you know this is Haleigh energy. Fearful. Betrayal. For me to see this, it's somebody that she knows that she felt they had betrayed her. Awkward. Somebody see themselves as awkward. I got closed off. You can say that Haleigh location is somewhere closed off. That can be the case. Also, I can get this if she was shutting down with her thoughts and emotions. She wouldn't let nobody in. I think about somebody that's going through something, but they just shut down. I can imagine her mom trying to talk to her, and She's not really telling her everything's going on with her, and maybe she does. I don't know. But anyway, this is closed off. And I have trauma. According to the spirit, Haleigh has experienced some trauma. It could be something as simple as emotional trauma, or it could be physical trauma. So I remember that word, numbness, feeling numbness. A lot of times a person experiences some kind of trauma, they would feel numbness also, like they are in a state of shock due to what could have happened to them. But anyway, we're gonna continue to think positive. And I have temptations playing a part. So somebody was definitely tempted. Something jumped off. Something definitely jumped off. I'm gonna start on another deck, family. I'm just praying this should be found. Hopefully within 3 weeks. If not, I might revisit this case, okay? I see. Let me see. What do I want to use? Like to be led by the spirit when it comes to what I'm going to use. Hold on. All right, fam. I had to pause and get these two decks. I felt led by the spirit to use these two decks. These are my homemade deck. This is called Gang Insight deck, and this is called Crime deck too. Now, I'm not saying that crime had taken place. Okay, a lot of times there are clues in my decks. They can give us a better idea of what was going on, what caused her to disappear. And also some clues, period. So that's why I'm using these particular decks, okay, family? So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start out with the Gang Insight deck. And once again, I want to send much love and light to um, Haleigh's mother and her family member. I know it's not easy. I can't relate to what you're going through, but my heart do go out to you. And I'm sorry that you feel like you're not getting the help, the support from the authorities. I mean, sometimes they sometimes they give certain cases a blind eye. It is what it is. Just continue to fight the good fight on behalf of your loved one, and stay in prayer and keep the faith for her safe return. Alrighty. Holy Spirit is into all truth and clarity about Haleigh Murphy, shedding light on the darkness surrounding her disappearance. Giving clarity about Haleigh Murphy, shedding light on the darkness surrounding her disappearance. What led up to her disappearance? What led up to disappearance? Haleigh Murphy, shedding light on the darkness surrounding her disappearance. According to the spirit, she will be found. Let's pray she will be found alive. But it does look like there's more to the story. These are just random messages, family, okay? I want to be mindful of what I put out there, because remember the word deception. And so that's something to really look at. Remember the word something about an ex. And see, I don't know if Haleigh's boyfriend was an ex of hers and they decided to hook back up or get back together, you know, reconnect. What was her current boyfriend, her ex, and they got back together, or was she actually seen an ex on behind the scenes? See, these things I don't know. Y'all pretty much want to know what I know, but a lot of times like a puzzle to me as far as what I'm seeing here. But this is very positive. I'm just praying she'll be found alive. It says missing will be found. It has here expected news on hold, the waiting game. So it looked like her family will hear some news soon in the Most High God divine timing. I think about somebody that's holding on to some information and they're not speaking up about it. Expecting news on hold, the waiting game. And some of this of what I'm seeing here, I'm not going to share it. I'm going to reshuffle and see what's going to come back out. It has here, they are mentally unbalanced, checked out. And this doesn't mean Haleigh is crazy. She could be like very emotional or feeling overwhelmed, very upset. We did see the word anxiety. I think about somebody's feeling overwhelmed, emotionally overwhelmed. It can be due to a heartbreak or, we did see the word trauma. So anyway, I can also get this if a person is upset, that will alone have you unbalanced. They are mentally unbalanced, checked out. Now this right here says alive, scared to speak up or show up and hiding. Let's pray this is the case, okay? But there are timelines to my readings. Let me just say that. Now this says alive, scared to speak up or show up and hiding. Hold up. Let's pray that this is the case. Because if she is still with us, I mean, she can easily resurface anytime. Something about they know, whoever they are. And remember, we saw the word gossip. Keeps in touch, communicate, being secretive, keeps in touch. So it looked like she was being secretive, keeping in touch with somebody as far as communicating, allegedly. I just have a lot of random messages. I'm going to read this, but I don't know why this would come out unless something sinister had happened to her. It says, cover up. The truth would not be televised. More to the story. And I think she does have a child. I think she has a boy child, I believe. This just says male, teen, or male child. So maybe her child could have been on her mind. It says male, teen, or male child, and she is a mother, I believe, of one child. I think she has a son. I think so. Maybe it's a clue to who she could have been tied to. Maybe this is the ex. I don't know if she was right around with her child's father or a new boyfriend. I don't know. Completion. One chapter ends and another one begins, and this speaks about endings. Watch their actions. They say one thing and do another. Caution, detour, trouble ahead. They communicate on social media. Something about social media. Someone is doing a favor for the other. And I'm not going to read this one, but if it comes back out, I will read it. Okay, I will read it if it comes back out, as well as this one. Let me reshuffle. But this is very positive. Um, Expected news on hold, the waiting game. At least her family will get some kind of news eventually. Okay, it may be due to the fact somebody may be holding on to more information that the family may need to know about. Okay. And see, I don't know. I mean, I was seeing some crazy messages that was coming out. I mean, I don't know. What she experiencing abuse, and she could be trying to get away from somebody. See, I don't know. I didn't spirit do the talking. Divine spirit seeking clarity about What led up to Haleigh disappearance? What was going on with Haleigh before she disappeared? What led up to Haleigh disappearance? Anything Spirit wants to know concerning Haleigh disappearance? Anything Spirit wants to know concerning the disappearance of Haleigh? All right. After this, I'm gonna move on to my other deck. Okay. Let me put this here. Okay. Let me just see what I have here. Okay, family. It has here, woman will be found. There's hope. Let's pray she be found alive. Now I don't know if Haleigh has a secret backup phone. It says communicate secretly with a hidden backup phone. If she doesn't, somebody has a backup phone. 'Cause all I know is her mom said the communication stopped. That Haleigh phone had died, but somebody has a secret backup phone. I have here lost and found. So the spirit keeps saying she's going to be found. It's just a matter of how she's going to be found. We have to wait and see. It has here alcohol complication, addictions, inability to control drinking, lack self-control. So there was some drinking. Had a fight with a roommate, lack of harmony. I can get roommate even if you get a room with somebody, like a hotel room, a motel. I can still get this right here. It's still somebody, you and the individuals are under the same roof, okay? I have here question ex-lover. Now, I can also get ex-lover if she was currently in a relationship, just saying, and they broke up, I can get ex-lover. I have here betrayal in business dealings, whatever that means. But the word betrayal came back out. Um, Not on track in alignment. And the only reason I'm reading it from that perspective because I remember that message that came out saying um, not compatible. Okay, not compatible. Whether it's a current partner or ex, not compatible. Hint the color purple. It can be a color or the word. This is a clue, family. It's a clue. Used for their money. This is how somebody feels. Used for their money. And I was picking up on something about money and benefits. Not saying that she's into things, that she's into things like that as far as for extra money. But you never know what go on with people, okay? I have here hint the color red. It can be the word or it can be the color. That's a clue. I have here SUV. Sometimes I can get SUV, but it's really a truck. Okay, so but it says SUV, all right? But if not, it might be a truck that can be involved. But anyway, SUV. It has here used for benefits. It's how somebody feel. Now, this may not have anything to do with it. The only reason I'm going to show this is because the message that I didn't share earlier said something about communicating with a female online, okay? Um, and this just saying being curious, meeting up online, secretive with strangers, giving into their hidden sexuality, all right? This is a big time allegedly, all right? If this is not her energy, it could be somebody else's energy that she was with also, okay? I don't know. I'm just trying to get to the root of what was going on with her, as far as what caused her to disappear. Has more than one sexual partner, sexually active. But it looked like somebody felt some type of way. Making wrong and self-harm choices. So when we saw the word sabotage, it was really speaking about self-sabotage, okay? Making poor choices. Um, it has here step parent, question step parent. Maybe a step parent may know or may have an idea about something. But as far as I know, she's not married. Unless it's her, you know, spirit's talking about her child's grandparents, even though she's not married to their father. Competition, family rivalry. And this just says outside. This can mean many, many, many things. She could be outside wandering, in a daze, um, due to trauma, experiencing trauma in some form of fashion, or her location could be outside, okay? That just prays she's outside in a good way and not outside in a not so good way, if you know what I mean, okay? Okay, I'm getting ready to use the other deck because I don't want to make. I keep saying I don't want to make my videos that long, but I'm very passionate. And sometimes I keep going, I be digging. But anyway, let me see what's going to come back out. Hold on. Let me guess if wants to know about Haleigh Murphy. Going in circles, not making any progress, mental conflict. So according to the spirit, she has a mental conflict, and that's the one that has the inability to get over something or someone. So for me to see that, it could be an ex that was on her mind. Anything else the spirit wants to know about Haleigh Murphy? Anything else spirit wants to know about Haleigh Murphy? Oh boy. Mental entrapment, feels powerless, not in their personal power. Take responsibilities of their life. Motive for money and trade. So something about money. Okay, I'm going to use the last deck here, and we're going to just hope and pray that Haleigh will be found soon and very soon. According to the spirit, she will be. Okay, but we are praying for her safe return. Seeking clarity about the disappearance of Haleigh Murphy. The spirit wants to know about Haleigh Murphy. I'm wondering, do Haleigh drinks? Only her family would know that. It has here taking unhealthy substance, the need to rid the body of toxins of drugs or alcohol. Pretty much the need to detox. I'm definitely hoping this ain't no overdose. But anyway, and then we have here the waiting game, sitting back, plotting and planning. Somebody is. And then I have here abandoned building. So her location could be near a abandoned building. Not saying she's inside of a abandoned building, but she could be somewhere near a abandoned building. And hopefully she's not squatting in a abandoned building. Okay. This wants to know about the disappearance of Haleigh. They want to know about the disappearance of Haleigh. This just says hidden in plain sight, not far. Probably not far from where she was last seen or known to be seen. Karma from the past they reap. So somebody feel like this was her karma. Also, a card that came out that I forgot to show me the view. It said justice. What comes to me is somebody feel like it is her justice as far as you know what happened to her. But anyway, this says karma from the past they reap. Family, this is allegedly, okay? The energy is starting to shift. It's starting to shift because there are timelines to my readings. The energy is starting to shift now. It has here place in a dumpster, in landfill, body, or evidence. Whatever that means, okay? It's allegedly now. We gotta let things play out. And notice what it say. It's a body or evidence. Maybe somebody, throwing something in a dumpster. Suspect being haunted, having sleepless nights, their soul not resting in peace. So what Spirit is saying is if somebody have caused her harm, if somebody is the cause of her, being missing, let me just say that this individual is having, sleepless nights. Okay, they're definitely having sleepless nights, and their soul is not at peace due to what they know what had jumped out between Haleigh and this individual. Okay, that's what this is saying right here. Suspect got away with this crime, but they will not rest in peace. Their karma will reap, allegedly. Okay, family, allegedly. Maybe due to how they portrayed her. Okay, they may be having sleepless nights. Took the easy way out, feels ashamed and guilty. And the word ashamed is coming right back out. Hmm. Now this says encountered a stranger unexpectedly very hostile. So she may have encountered a stranger, or it can be also the key words that are a clue. Somebody was very hostile towards her that she could have known, or she could have possibly encountered a stranger. But from what I've read, she was with her boyfriend. Or less, because we did see the word withdrawn, unless, she backed off from him and she went one way, he went another, and she could have encountered somebody. No positive movement forward. Only time will tell. This just can let us know we may not receive any good news. It might be news, but it may not be the news you want to hear. But like I said, let things play out. Authority position, boss, manager, teacher, political leader, military, doctor, police officer, security, or parent. So somebody that's playing a part in her disappearance holds an authority position. And I just read what those positions are, okay? They can be a parent, security, police officer, doctor, military background. It says leader, but military leader, political leader, teacher, boss, manager, positions. Yeah. And we know she was in the military. I don't know if she was actively in the military, but she was definitely in the military. Singled out and targeted. They were alone. Oh, okay. So maybe I'm just saying allegedly, but maybe, Haleigh and her boyfriend could have gone in separate ways, and she could have been alone, allegedly. All I know is something jumped off because it says alone. Let's shuffle one more time. I'm going to end this reading. I'm going to put all this back in here, and what needs to come out will come back out. Oh, but Holy Spirit, to get clarity on the disappearance of Haleigh Murphy. Anything Spirit wants to know about the disappearance of Haleigh Murphy. Haleigh Murphy, to get clarity. Haleigh Murphy. I knew it wanted to come out. Spirit wants to know about Haleigh Murphy. I get it. Clarity of the disappearance of Haleigh Murphy. Oh, boy, hold on. I have her jealous and envy. Carefully, carefully looking at different possibilities that are in front of you. Not close to home, not close by, not in the area. I don't even know if I want to share it because it came out so fast. I'm just looking at them. Let me reshuffle. Inheritance disappearance, Haleigh Murphy. Inheritance disappearance, Haleigh Murphy. Uh, All right, I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna stop right here. I can't force the message to come out, okay? I cannot force it. It has here temptation, someone that has an urges, okay, and desires to steal, to kill, or sex addictions, hooking up with the wrong individuals. So basically, temptation played a part, period. As far as having urges, when it comes to like sex addiction, we did see lustful. Somebody having urges to steal or just desires that they want to play out, okay? Or also being tempted, hooking up with the wrong individuals is playing a part. That's what this is talking about, okay? This person, Joker, passing by, lives outside of the area. Excuse me. Just back some. Hidden in plain sight, not far. I feel like it depends on her last location. Dehydrated, needs more water intake. For me to see this, it looked like she was doing some drinking or whatever she was drinking, and she was drinking less water. Let me just say that, okay? This somebody feels I have what they want, envy of me, talents, money, and partner or lover. It has here background, health practitioner or medicine. I thought about that word doctor. Not saying she was involved with a doctor, okay? But somebody has a background as a health practitioner or medicine. Stubborn, needs mental therapy, acting out, very foolish, mistake, and risk. It says suspect may have a disability. I can get this also if a person is mentally unbalanced. Um, I can get this as far as somebody having a disability. Has healthy boundaries, respect other space, has sense of self. According to the spirit, Haleigh has healthy boundaries. They're just letting me know that she could be near water. Okay, it says sewage discharge to a drainage into a open body of water or lake. Fam, these are just random messages. Okay, the stranger physically attacked and assaulted victim. And we did see the word trauma. So I'm going to end it here because I don't like how the messages are looking. At first they were looking kind of hopeful. The spirit said she's going to be found, and for me to get that, she will be found. But it'll be in the Most High God divine timing, okay? But I just don't like how dark her messages are starting to look. We know with God all things are possible. Um, I'm just praying she will be found alive, okay? And cause the energy is starting to shift. And like the spirit, from what I'm seeing here, everything, I think about the word self-sabotage, that can be very tricky, family, because it depends on how you're thinking, how you're moving out here, people that you get involved with, they may not be for your highest good. You really don't know. You may know these people, but you don't know them. You know what I'm saying? So it can be very tricky. And then I'll give you messages that will let me know about, money and benefits. I think about people that could be tricking for money. Not saying that she is into anything like that, but I'm seeing messages that's alluding to that, meeting people online. So it's very sketchy. Okay, it's very sketchy what I'm seeing here. Anything else you want to know about Haleigh Murphy? Anything else you want to know about Haleigh Murphy disappearance? Anything else Spirit wants to know about Haleigh Murphy disappearance? Joker slash suspect has inside info, knowledge of what's going on in this case. Question who they know. Now, let me say this right here. Now, Haleigh mom feel like she's getting the runaround with the authorities. She feel like they're not really going the extra mile in the way that matters to her as far as taking her daughter case seriously. This could be the culprit right here. This person that's playing a part in the Haleigh disappearance, the spirit says question who they know. Question who they know. Now it can't be question who Haleigh knows. This secretive person that she could have been seeing, because we did see deception and secrets. But if it ain't Haleigh, it can be questioned who, this individual noticed playing a part of her disappearance. They could be related to somebody in the law enforcement. But it says Joker slash suspect has inside info, knowledge of what's going on in this case. I mean, that can be a cop. I'm just saying. And I'm just saying, allegedly, if a cop is involved, or like somebody that has a background that she has in the military is involved, that's just somebody that's about on the inside. I can see this being a rabbit hole. I can see why the truth would not be televised. Somebody has inside knowledge of what's going on with her disappearance. And it seems like to me the authorities really don't even want to touch it. Joker slash suspect has inside info knowledge of what's going on in this case. Question who they know. That speaks volume right there. And we did see someone has an authority background. It has here abandoned house nearby. So something about a freaking abandoned house nearby. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So as you see, you kind of get an idea what we're looking at, family. If she doesn't show up alive, something definitely sketchy has jumped off. That's all I'm saying. Holy Spirit, what can you tell me about the authorities in this case? What can you tell me the authorities in this case concerning Haleigh Murphy disappearance? What did energy look like with the authorities surrounding this case? What can Spirit tell me about the authorities surrounding this case? I thought a message had popped on the other side, family. Here, what can you tell me about the authorities surrounding the case of Haleigh? Whoop. All right, family, these are just random messages. I'm not going to read all of them, only what's pertaining to the case, okay? Okay. Okay. All right. What I'm going to say here is allegedly, family. I would suggest, hey, if Haleigh does not show up, I'm going to say if Haleigh does not show up within a month, within 4 weeks, I suggest that her parents get a private investigator, okay, to do the research. Cause I really don't know what she was into, okay, that could be playing a part in the background. And I'm not accusing her of anything. I have here background police officer, crooked cop. I have here ran away from home due to abuse. See, I don't know what she was living with, and I don't know what's up with that, okay? I have here authorities. All they care about is my title and position. I only show the public the image of me I want them to see. And also, I have something about sex trafficking and prostitution. And I'm not saying that, she took part in any of that stuff, okay? Um, it could be just background information, but yeah, because the energy is starting to shift, and I don't like what I'm seeing here. We're gonna hope and pray that this sister will be found safe and sound. Thank you for watching, family. I appreciate you, and let's keep you know, Haleigh Murphy in our prayers that she will find her way back home. And according to the spirit, she will be found. It's pretty much how she will be found. Let's pray she will be found alive. And I'm sending much love and prayers to her family. Keep fighting a good fight. And if she's not back home, mom, within a month, yeah, get you paid to get you a private investigator. Because the fact that she left on her own, the authorities are not going to take this case seriously. So you're going to have to do your part, okay? And dig, check her social media, find out who all she been communicating with now. Talk to her friends, find out what all social media that she's been um that she's on, okay? Because I'm seeing a lot of interesting things in here, and I don't want to make judgment right now. I like for the spirit to do the talking, but what I'm seeing, it's a lot of deception going on surrounding her disappearance. So thank you for watching. Much love to you all, and bye for now.